now time for our special 5 Things to Watch edition of Beyond the Arc here on High School Cube News. Brian Chimino back with Michael O'Brien of the Chicago Sun-Times. Number 1 thing to watch, a big one in the Central Suburban League, probably for the title on Thursday night. It'll be number 16, Maine South, heading to Evanston to play in the pit.
Evanston, this is your time. This is it. You need this big win. You know, everybody wants to see Evanston have a great team. High school basketball is better when Evanston is good. They're one of those key towns that are really important. They've got Nogel Eastern, who just had that star-making performance against Riverside Brookfield a couple weeks ago. And this young, talented Evanston team is going to run up against Maine South, Tony Lavorado, and the Hawks and their disciplined system of basketball. And it takes down most people. It almost took down Stevenson even. So it's going to be a clash of styles, you know, a clash of everything. It's going to be a fun game, and a game that just means a lot, even more than the conference, for which team is going to be a real threat in the playoffs.
Number 2 thing to watch, St. Ignatius surprisingly at the top of the Catholic League North Division, and they'll have a chance to clinch it against a very inconsistent St. Joe's.
I mean, you could be surprised by St. Ignatius, or you could acknowledge that Rich Kehoe could take any 5 kids from St. Ignatius and give everyone fits. He's an amazing coach, without a doubt one of the best in the whole area. And that's what St. Joe's is running into when they're on a slide. That's not good for St. Joe's at all. You don't want to run into that. Riley Duty is the point guard for St. Ignatius. He's not a great scorer, but he takes care of the ball. He runs the show. He's what every high school basketball team needs, and he's going to be the key if St. Ignatius can pull off this upset.
And that could be, with the win, Coach Pingator's 950th career win. Just crazy. And another good one on Thursday, we're looking at the Upstate 8 River as number 8 St. Charles East on the road at number 11 Geneva.
This is going to be a high-quality game. You know, both teams are playing really well. St. Charles East did go down to St. Charles North and lose, so I'm going to have to stick with and think maybe overall in the Upstate 8 River, with all these close teams, you got to go with the home teams. You got to give Geneva the advantage in that. They got that big gym. It's a great gym. It's going to be packed. This could really be one of the top games of the year as far as atmosphere and quality go. Geneva needs it more than St. Charles East, without a doubt. Geneva has had a nice team the past 2 years, but they haven't proven that they belong in the elite. They have a good scorer, Nate Navigato. They have the tallest team in the whole area, so they've got all the pieces, but they need this win at home to prove that Geneva has arrived, and they're a program that can really get down to Peoria.
Number 4 and 5 things to watch, both coming from the Public League tournament, tipping off this Thursday, delayed because of Mother Nature. So number 4 thing to watch, some quality first-round contests. First, you have Curie and Marshall, and also Westinghouse at Hyde Park.
I'm going to be at the game. It's Curie at Marshall. I can't remember Curie going to Marshall to ever play before since I've been around. Marshall's a hard place to play. They have a lot to prove this season. Nobody's talked about the Commandos. They don't have a star player. They have played well lately. They've really turned the corner the second half of the Red West season and picked up a bunch of nice wins. So Curie's going to have a huge challenge on their hands. But Curie is super talented. We haven't talked about him a lot. But it's Josh Stamps. You know, it's Elijah Joyner, the sophomore. They've got a lot going for them, but it's going to be tough to get out of this first round game at Marshall.
And finally, our 5th thing to watch on the week, second round possible matchups in the Public League. You can look at Bogan will either face off with Curie or Marshall. That'll take place at Corliss. Also, you'll have Orr versus Morgan Park in the second round, which is a semifinal state rematch from Peoria last year.
Yeah, that Morgan Park Orr possible second round game is a tough one. I mean, if you look at Morgan Park's road, just to get to the city title, they have to beat Foreman, Orr, Uplift, and Simeon. That's just to get there. So it's going to be a really tough couple weeks for the Mustangs, no doubt, and this Orr matchup is going to be really tough. Now, the other one we talked about, Bogan against the winner of Curie Marshall. I think Bogan has to be the heavy favorite in that one. People have been down on Bogan, but it's pretty clear that besides for Simeon and Morgan Park, they're the 3rd best team in the city, no doubt. There's just 2 teams they can't beat. They should be able to handle everybody else, but Curie would be a real challenge for them.
And that is your weekly 5 Things to Watch edition of Beyond the Arc here on High School Cube News. Check out our new MVP segment on our YouTube channel after you subscribe, this time featuring Cole Gentry of St. Charles East. For Michael O'Brien, I'm Brian Chimino. We'll see you guys next week.